Hello there, how are you? I'm doing pretty good. I think we're in the final throes of the snow season for this year. It's finally going to be sunny this weekend. I am so excited. Welcome in, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. I'm so glad you're here. We have a lot of fun new makeup to try today, and I'll tell you what, I am so excited about today's video, but I'm usually excited when I'm trying new makeup. I have lots of new things. First off is the Wet n Wild. This is their dewy foundation. This has been around for a long time. I'm going to be trying it today. I just picked this up this week. Catrice sent me the True Match Under Eye Concealer. I have two colors. Not sure which one I'll be using today. I have a blush and highlight from One Size. I have not tried anything from One Size at all, so I'm excited to dip into these. I have a 10-pan palette from Wet n Wild. Isn't that colorway just so very pretty? I'm finally getting around to trying the Milk. This is their contour stick or their bronzing stick. I'm not sure what they call it. This has been around for a long time. It's a holy grail for many. I am finally going to be using it today. I have a new mascara crush from Merit. This is their tubing mascara. I tried it in another video recently. I loved it. Today I'm going to be using it with the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Base. I don't know how a tubing mascara is going to work with a lash primer, but I'm going to give it a whirl. I have an eyebrow product that I'm kind of crushing on. This is actually a high-end brow product. I don't think I've ever found a high-end brow product that I thought was worth mentioning. This one really is. And we'll be wrapping up with a little lipstick from Bite Beauty. If you're new here, I'm so glad you stopped by for this one. I hope you'll consider subscribing while you're here and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you haven't signed up for my email newsletter list, you've got to get on it. I send out a free beauty newsletter into your inbox every Sunday morning. It's super short, it's super fun, it's all the deals and the specials and the things that I found during the week that I think are really worth mentioning. You can sign up down below. It's super easy, it's free, you're gonna love it. We're going to hop right into the makeup, and as always, all products that I use and mention today will be listed and linked below, so super easy for you to find. And with that, let's hop into it. For a primer today, I'm going to be using the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas Primer. I love this primer. I actually love the drugstore NYX Marshmallow Primer more, but I gave that to my daughter. So I'm going to be using this, and I paid for it. This was expensive, so I want to go ahead and take advantage of having it. I do like this primer. I just am not a fan of the price point. I think it's really expensive. It's like $54. The NYX Marshmallow Primer, in my estimation, does just as good a job at a fraction of the price. And also, I want to mention my shirt. How cute is this shirt? I didn't find this shirt. Mrs. Melissa M found this shirt. I'll tell you what, if you don't follow Mrs. Melissa M here on YouTube, you have to. Of all the beauty YouTubers that I follow, I buy more from her suggestions than any other. She finds all the good stuff. She found this shirt off of Amazon. It is so cute. It is so comfortable. It comes in a million colors. I have two, purple and pink. I love it. I'll have it listed down below. And if you're not following Mrs. Melissa M, you've got to go over there and follow her. She is wonderful. I'll have her channel listed down below as well. For eyeshadow primer, I'm going to be using a paint pot from MAC. This is in the color Painterly. This has been a wonderful find for me. It's not new. This has been around for a long time, and a lot of people have been using this as an eyeshadow primer for quite a while. I'm new to the game, and I can sure tell you I love what this does. It lays down a good foundation for eyeshadow, and it also covers up my discoloration. So I'm a huge fan of this one. For eyebrows today, I'm going to be using the Kosas Brow Pop Eyebrow Pencil. One of you had said to me in a comment that I should try this, that it's really, really good, because I had mentioned that I had never found a higher end brow product that I thought was worth the money. This is. This brow pencil is so good, and whoever made that comment, thank you so much. I had forgotten that Kosas had sent this to me, and I had it over in my to try bucket and kept overlooking it. I pulled it out. I've been using it. I absolutely love it. There is something about the formula of this pencil that is just really, really different. It's a little automatic pencil. You can see it right here, and it's tiny, but it has that angled tip. This is the first brow pencil that I could say fills in my brows really quickly, and I can do the detail work with this. I'm pretty sure this is in the color Blonde. I can't read it. but I'll have it listed down below. I am such a fan of this brow pencil. The formula just works really well. It blends really well. It fills in quickly, and yet you can do the detail work like I said. Oh, I just really love it. So I like to fill in the majority of my brow at the beginning of my makeup before I do my eyeshadow, so it kind of creates that little space where I'm going to be creating my eye look. And then I always go back in towards the end of my makeup and do the detail work and fill in any areas that might have been disrupted when I put on my foundation. Okay, I need something on my lips. I'm going to go ahead and put on the City Beauty. This is their clear plumping lip gloss. This is my favorite for putting on my lips when I'm doing my makeup because it kind of plumps my lips up and makes them look a little bit fuller by the time I'm ready for my lipstick. For eyeshadow today, I'm going to be using one of the Wet n Wild 10-pan palettes. If you haven't tried these are really good and they're so affordable. You can find them at almost any drugstore. This is the colorway Heart and Soul, and I thought it would be really pretty for the look today. I want to do a fairly simple, almost one and done eye look, so I thought this colorway was just beautiful. I'm going to start out with my Angie 503 brush today. I'm going to dip it into this peach tone right over here, get a lot on my brush, tap it off, and then that's going to go all over both lids from top to bottom. I love this brush because it covers a lot of territory really quickly. Now I'm going to take that same brush and dip it into this really pretty shell pink with just a little bit of peach in it right here. This is a shimmer color. Let me go ahead and swatch that for you. Isn't that pretty right there? Put it on the back of my hand. You can see it's just a really pretty, nice pink tone. And that's going to go all over the lid and up into the crease almost underneath my eyebrow. Now I'm going to take my flat brush and dip it into this chocolate brown color right here. I said almost one and done, and I'm on to my third color, so I guess I was fibbing about that one, but it's a pretty simple look. Just going to get a little bit on the tip of my bristles right here. This is a matte shade, and that's just going to go on the outside corner of my eye. I just want to build up a little bit of definition in that area. I'm just bringing that over into the crease a little bit and down along the lash line. Now I'm going to go back in with that same big fluffy brush and just blend that out. I'm looking for a really smooth transition between that color and the pink shade. And you can see how that created just a little bit of depth and contour in the outside area of my lid. Now I'm going to take my finger and go back into that pink color that we used all over the lid, and I'm going to just tap that on my movable lid. This is going to give it a little bit more emphasis because I'm applying it with my finger, so it makes it a little bit more opaque. We're going to hop into complexion now. I'm so excited about using this foundation. I'll tell you what, I have been so disappointed in so many high-end foundations that I've tried recently. Foundations that I thought were just going to be so beautiful on my skin, and they just went, ugh, flat on me. This is the Wet n Wild. This is their Photo Focus. This is the dewy version of that foundation. I think they have a matte one as well. I prefer a little bit dewier look on my skin. I'm excited to try this because this is a holy grail for so many people. They absolutely love it. And of course, the price point is amazing. I don't remember how much it was. It might have been around $6 or $7. We'll give this a whirl and see if I like it better than some of the high-end foundations I've been trying lately. So it twists off. Oh, and it has like a little paddle on it. That's unusual. All right, I think this color is looking pretty good. It has kind of a smell. It's a little bit like a pharmacy smell, so it's not, it's not flowery at all, that's for sure. I'm going to go ahead and take my BK Beauty 101 brush and just start pressing that into the skin. The color is looking pretty good. It feels nice and hydrating. It's not heavy, but it's not really light either. It just feels like a standard foundation. And again, I'm liking that color on my skin. I'll have the color listed down below. I could look. I doubt if I could read it. I'm going to put just a little bit more on the outside edges of my face where I have a little bit of sunspots and on my chin, which always seems to break up on me. I don't know, my chin never looks as good as I wish it did. And I'm just gonna start pressing that in with a sponge. I have to tell you, this is looking so pretty. I'm really liking the finish of this foundation. It's a little bit dewy, a little bit glowy, hence the dewy version of it. It's just blending in beautifully. Look at the coverage on that. It really has covered up my age spots. Liking this a lot. I can see why so many people are such a fan of this foundation. It's blending in just wonderfully. No polka dot pores. Really, really pretty. Okay. Look at this foundation, you guys. This is like a drugstore, inexpensive drugstore foundation. Isn't that pretty? I am so surprised. Well, I guess I'm not really surprised because so many people loved it, but I don't know why I haven't tried it. I think I tried this a long, long time ago, but I wasn't really looking at it with a critical eye. This is so pretty. Wow, I'm impressed. Okay. Enough with the foundation, let's move on. I'm liking the foundation, can you tell? I'm gonna go ahead and correct my under eyes with the Beauty Pie Under Eye Genius. You guys know I love, love, love this. I pretty much like everything I've tried from Beauty Pie. Some of the things are just not my taste, but I can tell you across the board, the quality of their products for the price point is amazing. I can't get over this foundation. I'm so surprised. So today I'm going to be trying the True Skin Under Eye Concealer. This is from Catrice. They sent this to me and they sent me a number of colors. I picked these two colors because I think they're going to be most appropriate for my skin tone. I do like my under eyes to be a little bit lighter and brighter than my complexion just to counteract the shadowing I get there. So I pulled out, this is Neutral 02 and this is Neutral 01. I'm going to go ahead and see what they look like. Okay, so here is 02 and here is 01. I think I'm going to go with 02. I think 01 would just be a little bit too light for me. So standard doe foot applicator. Let's see how this goes. A lot of people like this. Feels a little bit stiffer than some of the under eye concealers I've been working with lately. This is my BK Beauty 505 brush. I really like this for under eye concealer. It's smaller than the one that Angie designed for under eye concealer. She really likes that one. I prefer this smaller one, but I think both are good. Now I'm going to take my Sigma sponge, still have a mad crush on this one. You can get this off of Amazon now. Isn't that cool? I mean, if you're an Amazon Prime member, then you don't have to pay for shipping. Okay, this is blending in really nicely. It's reminding me a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape Creamy Concealer, which is my favorite right now, in that it really does cover up nicely. It blends in beautifully, lays down good coverage. Don't you think that's pretty good coverage? I'm liking that. I'm surprised. Now I'm going to take my Kosas Cloud Set powder. Love this for setting my under eyes. There's something different about this powder. You know, the Kosas brand, everything I have tried from them just about. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I don't love. Kosas is really a good brand, and you know their price point is actually pretty good. It's not drugstore, but it's not crazy expensive either. Now I'm going to take that sponge and just press that in. I'll tell you, when I was younger, under eye concealer was not all these steps. It was a lot quicker. Okay, so here's the under eye concealer and the foundation. Looking pretty good, huh? For bronzer today, I have one of the One Size compacts. This is a bronzer trio. I have not tried anything from One Size. Let's see, I ordered these online. I think these are only available online. I think I looked in my local Sephora and they weren't there. I went home and looked online and there they were. So we have 3 colors in this one. This is the light trio and it's called Made for Shade. So let's see, we've got 3 colors here. Let me go ahead and swatch them and see if there's quite the difference between the 3. Okay, so there are the 3 colors right there, and you can see they do shade down. You know, they do have a difference in the shade tone. I'm going to start with the medium right here. Get some on my e.l.f. tapered brush, tap it off, and I'm just going to put a little bit on as I want to try that Milk Contour Stick as well. So we'll just sort of warm up the complexion with this. There is a bit of pigment in this, which is surprising because it looks pretty light in the container. So I'm going to go ahead and just press that in. That warmed up the skin nicely. Now I'm going to pull out the Milk Contour Stick. I've been hearing about these for so long and I went ahead and purchased it. Can you believe how tiny that is? I mean, look at that. That's little itty bitty. I got it in the color, let me see what color I got it in. It says this is the color Baked in their matte bronzer stick. So let's see how this goes. I'll tell you what, this looks like a doll size makeup container. It's so funny. I'm going to go ahead and just give this a whirl. It's very creamy. I'm going to put a little bit underneath my chin as well. This is my stipple brush. I'm just going to go ahead and blend that in. It blends in nicely. And then down under my chin, just to help my chin look a little firmer and a little less, I don't know, loose. Okay. It's a nice color. I'm going to go back in with my e.l.f. brush. Just blend both those bronzers in. Skin's looking nice and warmed up. I also have a blush trio from One Size, and I just looked at the name. It's called Fat S, and the fat is spelled PH. I just think that's kind of funny. It's a little bit gross, but kind of funny. Here it is right here. It's just a really pretty pinky tone. We have a cream blush at the top, which is covered up with a little protector, which is nice. So pretty colors here. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch them. We have 2 powder blushes, and then the cream blush is at the bottom. So you can see there's 1 powder blush that's really shimmery, 1 that's more matte, and then 1 that's cream right here. This is actually really a pretty set. Lots of options, lots of finishes. I really like that. That's nice. So I'm going to go ahead and take my blush brush right here and tap it into the pink right in the middle and go ahead and place that on my cheeks. Ooh, nice and pigmented, pretty color. Lots of pigment with this blush. Now I'm going to take my BK Beauty 103 brush and just blend that in. Now I'm going to go back into this peachy color down at the bottom. It has just a little bit of gold reflect in it. I just think that would be so pretty just to gently top on top of this. Okay, I'm definitely blushy. That's pretty. I like that compact. Now I'm going to take my sponge, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press around the edges of that blush in order to just blend it in with the complexion more smoothly. I think that's pretty. For a highlighter today, I'm going to be using the Beauty Pie. This is their Triple Beauty Luminizing Wand. This is so potent and it is so fun to work with. I used it in another Get Ready With Me. I can't get the cap off. And I put on way too much. But let me show you what it looks like. Look at it right there. Isn't that just so gorgeous? Really, really pretty. So I'm going to be very gentle today on how much I put on. So just touch a little bit here. This really is so very pretty. I'm just going to take my fingers and press that in. You can see how potent it is. I probably got on too much today too. Now I'm going to take my sponge and just press that in. I just love the way that looks. I literally have to lock the studio door so Dex can't come in. This is my life. Can you hear him trying to get the door open? To finish off the complexion, I'm going to use the Hourglass. This is the Dim Light Finishing Powder. I've been testing these. I bought a couple at Sephora. I like them. I do miss the Milani Prep Set and Glow, which they discontinued. I don't know why they did that. Oh, that was just the best. Drugstore price, really beautiful. Swirling around my Rephr brush. This is the 30 brush. If you're looking for a big fluffy brush, this one from Rephr is nice. So this just kind of adds a nice little filter on the skin, really gentle, just sort of smooths everything out with just a little bit of glow. The Milani Make It Last Setting Spray. Now I'm going to hop off and curl my lashes with my Rephr eyelash curler, best eyelash curler. I love this. And tight line with the Sephora gel liner, and I'll be right back. Today I'm going to be using the Merit Tubing Mascara. This is fairly new to me. I've used it a couple of times. I've really, really loved it. It goes on really smoothly, absolutely no clumping. My lashes look terrific. But today I want to try it with a mascara base, which I don't know if it's going to be a disaster or not. I don't know if you can use a mascara base with a tubing mascara, but we're going to find out. This is my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Base. I really do love this, and it does a great job of really prepping my eyelashes and making them look a lot thicker and a lot longer with whatever mascara I'm using. I have never used it with a tubing mascara, so this might be a train wreck. We're going to find out. Okay, so I have the lash base on. Now we're going to use the Merit. One thing I want to shout out about Merit, I just tried some of their products. They sent them to me a while ago and they sat over in my bucket for a while. I finally pulled them out. I was so impressed. Really beautiful packaging, great formulations, super clean, just as clean as can be. So if you're interested in a clean makeup line, that's really good. I can say I've been really impressed with Merit. So standard mascara one right here, and let's see what happens with the mascara base in this formula. Okay, so here we have one coat with the Merit and a mascara base. What I can say based on my experience is that they do look a little bit more volumized and a little bit longer, but the formulation of the Merit has clumped up just a little bit over that mascara base. When I used this completely on its own, it wasn't quite as lengthening, not quite as voluming because the base is there, but it didn't clump at all. It's kind of a good and bad. It does make your lashes look more substantial, but there's a little bit of clumping, so it's just going to depend on what you want to battle with. Here we have 2 coats of the mascara. Pretty nice, huh? For lipstick today, it's Bite Beauty. I have not tried anything from Bite, I'm pretty sure. This lipstick is in the color Pink Paloma, and I'm pairing it with the Con lip liner from NYX. So you can see the lip liner right here and the lipstick here. Here we have the lipstick. Here we have the finished look. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of fun. I love trying new makeup. It just seems like such a lighthearted thing to do in the world today. Lots and lots of praise for this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Foundation. I think the complexion looks really pretty. I love the finish of this foundation. It blends in beautifully. It is a great drugstore price. And I'll tell you what, the look on the skin is what I wish some of the high-end foundations I've tried recently looked like. So high praise for this one. Let me see if I can figure out what color I'm in. So this is Buff Beige. So if you think you're near my skin tone, I can really highly recommend this. It's $6 or $7, maybe $8, maybe less. It is such a great buy, and I think it really does create a pretty look on the skin. The Catrice True Skin Concealer, I like it. It does a nice job. It covers up. I just don't quite like it as much as my Tarte Shape Tape Creamy Concealer. Although it feels very much like it, I can say that this is going to sound weird, but this is a little bit heavier and not quite as much coverage as the Tarte. And that doesn't make much sense, but that's just my first impressions. This is the Catrice True Match Under Eye Concealer. I like it. I think I like the Tarte Shape Tape Creamy Concealer better. The One Size palettes, I can say that the bronzer, I don't really think it's anything special. I think the Silky Matte bronzer from Milani, I think there are other drugstore bronzers that are just as good. The L'Oreal Lumi True Match bronzer. So this really wasn't a hit for me, particularly given that it's a higher end price point. However, this blush trio I really, really think is wonderful. You have two powdered blushes, one that has a little bit of gold reflect in it, a little bit of shimmer, really pretty, and then the cream blush, which we didn't try today, but I'm excited about trying it in the future. I think the blush palette is a great buy. With the bronzing palette, I think it's a pass for me. The Beauty Pie, this is the Triple Beauty Luminizing Wand. I love this. It is almost over the top, but when you use it subtly, it is so very pretty on the skin. And apparently, I need to learn how to use less of this. But I really do love it. The Kosas Brow Pop, I love this brow pencil. There is something about this formula that is different than the other brow pencils I've tried and definitely different than my drugstore selections. It is creamy and blends in really well, and you can use the spoolie and really, really work it into your brows. But then you can do the detail work with this too. It is really different, and I love it very much. So if you haven't tried this and you're looking for a brow pencil, I can tell you this one is a big hit with me. The Merit Mascara, I really do like this mascara very much. If you have a hard time with mascara smudging or flaking, you might try a tubing mascara, which this is. It doesn't flake, it doesn't smudge. You just take it off at the end of the day. A little bit different than other mascaras. You use warm water and you just sort of pull it off your lashes. It does get into your sink. You'll have to clean your sink. But that's just part of the process. I liked it today with the volumizing base from L'Oreal. I think it did a good job. I like the way my lashes look. This is another winner for me. The Bite Beauty lipstick, I like this. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the Maybelline formula. I'm not kidding you at all. Maybelline does such a beautiful job with their lipsticks. This feels very much like that. I can say I like the color, I like the formula, but I can't say that I like it any better than Maybelline, which is a much lower price point. Well, we found some new hits and some new kind of sort of okay ones today. I hope you enjoyed this and found it fun, useful, and helpful. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And you guys know it just tickles me when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.